Many music scholars agree that one of the most sublime tunes ever written and recorded is Johann Sebastian Bach's Cello Suites, particularly the prelude to the suites. It's the song being played for you right now. As Eldon plays, it's easy to hear the perfection of the composition as it was intended. Your heart and your mind moved as it moves from note to note with unanticipated intention. It truly is a masterpiece. But imagine with me for a moment if I were to play it. Clearly, I have no experience playing the cello whatsoever. I mean, the closest I've ever come to mastering something is Sweet Child of Mine on Guitar Hero. So if I were to pick up that cello, I won't, you're welcome, my tune wouldn't sound a thing like Eldon's. But you would know, as you listen, to distinguish between the masterpiece that was written and my terrible performance. You would know in that moment that the problem isn't the music, the problem is the way it's being performed. For many of you, this is your experience with the story of Jesus. You see, the gospel of Jesus is beautiful, perfectly written and masterfully orchestrated by an intentional and loving and good God. The story of a child coming to the world to save the world, it's the greatest story ever told. The problem is, Christians haven't always performed it correctly. For some of you, the story of Jesus isn't the one of love and forgiveness that it was intended to be. Maybe it's felt more like religion, rules, or condemnation. For some of you, your greatest hurts have been caused by the very people who claim to believe in the one who came to love. Others of you, what should be the world's deepest hope feels like your deepest disappointment. If you've ever been wounded by the message of Jesus, it's because Christians haven't always carried the tune the way that we're meant to, but the tune is still beautiful. And I would beg you, despite our sometimes poor performance, to see if you can hear the melody once again. Because it's been perfectly written. God so loved the world that he gave to you and to me his only son, that whoever believes in him will never perish, but will have eternal life with the God who loves them and called them to himself. This baby that came at Christmas was not sent into the world to judge the world, but so that the world through him might be saved. He came to save the world. And the world to him is not restricted to the churchgoers or the rule followers or even the religious elite. No, the world to Jesus, it included the lonely, the broken, the crushed in spirit, the disappointed, the skeptic, the doubter, the sinner, the addict, the prostitute, the anxious, the numb, the angry, you, me, us. The beautiful melody of the love of Jesus. And this little baby took that beautiful melody all the way to the cross. One of the things that makes this prelude so intriguing is that Bach intentionally pulls you away from its root note of G throughout it. He constantly hints that you're coming back to it before turning away yet again, leaving you on edge and waiting for its resolve. There's a constant volley from tension to resolution, tension to resolution, before he finally lands on the resolve that you've been waiting for. For many of you, that's been your experience in life. The things you've lived through, the seasons you found yourself in, they've pulled you out in a way to tension as you tried to pull yourself back to the resolve that you could not seem to find. Your walk with Jesus or religion has seen seasons where you entertain the truth of his message only to find yourself wandering away yet again. The resolve for Bach is the root note of G. The resolve for the human soul is the gospel. It's the peace your soul has been hunting for, the resolution you have been desperate for. It's easy to dismiss the religion of Jesus Christ on account of the many sins of his followers, but perhaps it's too easy. Like judging a piece of music on the basis of a bad performance. Maybe it's time to finally listen to the masterpiece as it was written, the beautiful gospel of Jesus. A Jesus who loves you, chose you, came for you, died for you, saved you, and longs for you.